A very good afternoon. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity given to me by Dr. Partha Biswas sir and Dr. Sunil Morekar sir for being a part of this ARC debate. So I'm extremely thankful to Mahapatra ma'am, the previous speaker, for highlighting such nice points. Now let's see what I have come up with. So I scratched my head and wondered about this daunting topic, that why should residents not be allowed to do independent. What I understood was that this is meaning a total independence in performance of B scan and A scan. So learning under direct supervision of trained expert is mandatory in residency. But what about independent performance? So as I think, the interpretation of complex findings in real time. Now you give a scan to a student in the setting in which it's a class, or it's a setting in which he is or she is sitting casually, but when there is rush of 20 patients and he's trying to interpret those findings, it's a different matter. Now missing out on vital finding and the patient's anxiety level. Then ultimately the intricate decision making involved based on the findings that the resident has brought forward. Now just knowing that what a A scan or a B scan means does not mean that each and every case is going to be simple. A resident might miss on a small staphyloma, or might not bother to change the gain, and may add to the trauma during the traumatic cases. Also, now coming to a recent incident that happened. This is a patient's report who underwent phacotrabeculectomy in the left eye. She had chronic angle closure glaucoma in both her eyes and mature senile cataract in the left eye. She was 65 years old. She underwent a totally uneventful surgery. And post-operatively, we had a hyperopic refractive surprise of about 6 diopters. Now, when the records were checked, the patient, because it was a mature senile cataract, had undergone an A scan, and the axial length was determined wrongly. And after that, we started examining again, and this time now the media was clear. So the IUL master also gave a report, and the A scan also was repeated. 33 diopter was to be implanted, instead of which 26 was implanted. And the patient underwent a complicated IUL exchange because the anterior chamber depth was just 1.9 mm, and then some amount of Descemet detachment occurred. Now, this was totally unwarranted when this patient could have had good vision in the first surgery itself. And the the complicated IUL exchange was then salvaged with the help of the cornea expert's guidance. And the patient is thankfully recovering. But as I look at it, not just it was nightmarish for the surgeon, but the cost of this independence that we gave to the residents, total independence, was borne by the patient. And it is not good if we would inflict such pain on somebody. If we would not want this to happen to us, why would we inflict that on somebody? Hence, I would like to tell you all that attitudes would change and mistakes would decrease with the sense of responsibility coming in as a name of a person comes in. Residents do not have their name. They're generally operating under the supervision of somebody. So they're not many times as, sometimes they can be callous and they're not as responsible at times. And their knowledge and increased practical learning would decrease the mistakes. This is a walk down memory lane. This is myself operating under the guidance of my own thesis guide. And it's actually, ultimately, the responsibility comes down when you are yourself giving the results and you are restoring vision. Not to say that one has to be callous during the residency, but then one should be given some amount of supervision also. I'm thanking you.